right? Then we will have the SQL on website, right? Why we are using this particular SQL? Because okay, we can use this SQL on website as well. Okay, because if you're talking about the the SQL, so we can use the SQL on the interactive websites, so basically which contain a lot of information about users, you can say that the products, right, in the form of databases. So like as I mentioned, in the database you can create the tables. Okay, so like the user, for user you can create is one table, you can create a products one table like that. Okay, sales table you can create, you can table the table of marketing like this. Okay, so that's why again you can use the SQL, right? Then we have the compatibility and flexibility. So basically SQL is compatible with relational databases like Microsoft SQL Server, and Microsoft Access is there for this. Then we have the Oracle database is there, my SQL, right? So that is the thing. So basically it also provides, we can say it, SQL provides flexibility and also provides permission who can access and manipulate which particular table in the database, right? So basically it can manage large records and transactions occurring on the website with ease, right? So there are various special libraries present in SQL, like SQLite is there. Okay, so basically which can helps to connect client web app to the database developers basically are using it to which can basically help to work with the database of clients as well, right? So you can use it for that, you can use a SQL Lite as well. Then you can integrate with the other languages, like in the our today's session I'll be showing you how you can connect your MySQL with the Python and R, right? And how you can run how you can run your query over there, right, in Python and in R. So that is nothing but the data integration. Okay, integration with other languages. Then SQL for data scientist and analyst. Like if we're talking about like see many time, okay, if you see that, okay, you never get the the data in the form of CSV or the in Excel format. Sometimes you might get the data in the form of SQL databases, right? So for that, okay, you can use this thing, right? You can, you should know what SQL is. You should know how you can write the queries in the SQL and why we are using the SQL. Okay, so that is our intention to add the SQL over here. So this is just the basic that that will be talking about over here in this particular session. There are lot of things are there in the SQL you can able to cover, right? Like we mentioned, most of the things in the our fast track data scientist course, okay, that I guess launched in the infosec website. Okay, so then lastly you can see you can use the SQL for the machine learning as well. Like after getting the data is important for applying any machine learning model. If you know, if you wanted to apply machine learning, okay, so you should know the data. So either you get the data in the form of Excel sheet, CSV file, or JSON file, HTML data, or any kind of data. So likewise, if you get the data in the form of SQL databases, so you should have to use it. So for that, you should know how you can integrate SQL with other programming languages, like I'll be showing you in the today's session itself. Okay, like if you wanted to understand this in the many different things, like the what are the different basic methods are there, what are the different advanced methods are there in the SQL. Okay, so see here, okay, there is a time limitation, but like we will be covering all about the SQL, okay, from scratch to advanced, okay, in the course which we just launched, I guess. Okay, let me explain the relational database again. Okay, so guys, like So like if you know, let's say you are running a company, let's say e-commerce company you are running, right? So in the e-commerce company, what are the different departments are there in your company? How many departments will be there in your company? So first thing, there will be like one department, let's say in the e-commerce there will be, you know, uh, sales department will be there, right? There will be marketing department, there will be HR department, then management department, right? Then the, you can say that the web developers will be there, software developers will be there, right? Likewise, so many different departments are there, right? So for each and every department you will have to maintain the data separately, but that separate data of each and every department is the data of your organization. So which means that there is some relationship between each and every data, right? So see, if you say that if you are giving the employee ID, right, to each and every employee, you are giving that with to the HR, to the salesperson, to the support team, to the marketing person, right? To the your software developers, web developers, like that. To all of you, you are giving employee ID, right? So you will find that in each and every table there is one column, and that column is the unique column, which is nothing but the employee ID. Yes or no? Right? Yes. So we are using that particular employee ID as the primary key, right? Yes, absolutely right. And we are using at the primary key, and then we are, you know, integrating with each and every table in my database. That is nothing but the relational database. Okay, that I'll show you in the practical part. Okay, like the when we are, you know, implementing or, you know, executing the one particular database which is employee, so then you will understand 100%, okay, what the relational database is. Okay, so guys, after this let's get started with the practical. So I hope you just install the MySQL in your system. Here if you see, so we have the first file. Okay, if you have any new already, you know, existed files in your system, so you can simply open it from here. So these are the few things you can open. You can create the new, you can create the, you know, you can close this particular, and you can save the this particular commands. Then second thing is that you can go and edit it. Then this is for the view. Okay, this is for the, you know, executing the query, means the running this particular commands. This is nothing but the manage the database, connect with any database on the internet many times. Okay, that is especially for the, you know, people those who are working in the company. So for those, okay, those who wanted to connect with the database, because like company never give you the you know, the database. You can't download the database, right, in your system. So for that you will have to connect with the database, and then you will have to connect with any programming language and access that, you know, get the access of particular database, right? Like this. Then you have the server, you know, the server status is that you will see different things. Okay, and then configuration tools are there, like the scripting and help lastly. Now after this, here you can see that you can create the new SQL file if you wanted to create. Then here you can see if you have any new file, so you can go over here and you can, you know, open the existed file. Okay, then second thing is that here you can open any, you know, selected object. Okay, here you can select, you can create the new schema, but schema is nothing but the, you can create the new database. Okay, these are my schemas are nothing but the database. Okay, so like this you can create the multiple things. You can create the table in the schema, you can create the new view. Okay, view is the function. Okay, like this you can do many things by using this. Now let's come to this particular thing. So this is going here, you can see the two options, administration and schemas. Okay, like in the administration you can see that the server status and all this thing. Okay, like if you wanted to export the data, you can simply go over and export the data, import the data, restore the data, like this. In the schemas you will find that the multiple schemas which is there in your MySQL, right, which is there in your MySQL, right? So for now, what we are doing is we are okay, like for if you make any changes in your database, so you can simply go and refresh it. This is the symbol of the refresh. You can simply go and refresh it. This is the thing. Okay. Now for the today's session, we will be talking about the employees database, this particular database. So here you will see that this is my employee database, and in the database we have the so many tables, like we have the table of departments, we have the table of department employees, department manager, employees, salaries, titles, right? So you will find that the multiple tables are there in the one employee database, and all the tables which are related to each other, right? Related to each other, you will find that there is primary key is there, there is foreign key. Foreign key is nothing but the you will find that, okay, like the primary key is nothing but the unique key for each and every data, and primary key is the you know the for any particular table, that is the your primary key. So that is nothing but the foreign key for that particular for all the table. But for that particular table, that is nothing but the foreign key. Okay, that is the unique key in that particular table, right? So here you can see that, okay, like I shared this particular file with you. This is nothing but the all day data you will see, and we just created the data. Okay, so this is the open source database, so that's why we'll be using it. Okay, company never share their data with anyone else. Okay, this is the open source data. Okay, that's why we are using it. Now here you can see that, okay, what we are doing, okay, we are first saying that, okay, like for running this particular code or command, you can say, or this particular employees file, okay, we can simply go ahead and click to this particular button, which is nothing but the execute all the line of code in this particular file. Okay, if you wanted to go ahead and run the one line each and every time, so you can use the execute one line over here. You can see this is okay. Here you can see the the one particular option for the execution of all the data set, all the column you can see, and this is option for executing one particular column, one particular row, you can say. Now here you can see from, okay, at the starting point, what we are doing, we are just dropping the database which is exist in my schemas. What I'm doing, I'm simply dropping it, and then I'm creating it. So what you can do is you can simply open this and you can click to this particular option, because I already download, already run these, and I have all these things. So I will go with the further step instead of going with and running this particular all the data. So you can see that what we did over here, okay, we just drop the database of the employees and we create the database. Okay, then we use that particular employees database to create the tables. And what are the different tables we are creating? The employees table, the the few mentioned table here you can see. So basically we just drop the table database and the tables as well. So now we are creating the table. Here you can see create the table. Employees are there, departments are there, department manager is there, department employees data table is there, the title is there, you can see the salaries is there, you can see the multiple things. See, and now here from here we are just inserting the values in the employees table first, and then we are these are the values, like the thousands of rows are there, right? So I'll show you this in the the next topic while we are running the our code. Now here you can see that while creating the table, so you can see that I just added the column name. Okay, here let's go with the first. See, this is my the employee number is there. Okay, and as we know, employee number is the integer, the data type of that, and we have to mention this column is the non-null column, right? Then we have the birth date column, and in the birth date, the type of this is nothing but the date, and this column is also non-null. Then third column in that particular table is going to be the first name of the employees, and then varchar, okay, the variable character is there, and how many letters we are adding in it. Okay, so 14 letter for the first name, and for last name you will find that the 16 letter. These are the multiple data types in the SQL, guys. Okay, then enumerate this male and female if you wanted to go ahead with the gender. So like specific things you will have to mention over here, so you can add the gender as data type, this kind of enumeration. Then we have the higher date. Again, the type of this particular column is going to be the date. Okay, and here you can see the primary key for this is going to be the employee number, right? Then for the department, okay, we did the same, and here you can see we have the primary key for this particular table, and this is the unique key in that particular table, because see, department names are the unique one, right? So that is the thing. So like that you will find that the many different keys. Okay, so like we will be using this, okay, in the while we are using the joins, right? So after this, okay, after this, let's create, like after inserting all the data, because I already have this particular data, refreshing it, so you can see that I have the data. You can simply go and run this particular, execute this particular query or this particular file. Now after this, let me go and open the new SQL file. Okay, and we'll start writing the code. We'll start writing the code. Now guys, the first thing is that, let's say this is my employees, the table is there. Okay, let me just remove it. I don't need it now. Okay, because I have it. Okay, employees table. Now after this, guys, let's go and use this particular employees database. So for that, okay, like I can't go and simply start writing the query for the any specific databases, right? So for that, I'll have to first mention the database name, like I am using this particular database. So for that, I'm just saying that use employees, right? And then the semicolon, you know and then simply go and run this. After running this, here you can see that in the workbench, you will be able to see that in the output, like this output is we got the output as this particular line of code is executed, right? We will be able to use the employees database from now, right? Now after this, let's say if I wanted to select, like see, let's say this is my employees table, right? In my employees table, how many columns are there? These many columns. Employee number is there, birth date is there, first name is there, last name is there, gender, hire date is there, right? So how I can, you know let's say I just wanted to select the two columns from this particular table. Okay, let's select. Okay, uh, let me just use two hyphen for the comment out. Okay, if you wanted to add the comment over here, we are just using this. Okay, selecting two columns from employees table. Okay, that is our goal over here. So what we are doing, we are using the select. Okay, this select data query language, now we are using it. Select, then any random two columns. Okay, let's say I just wanted to select first name, okay, and second name. No, not the second name, it's the last name. Okay, last name, I just wanted to select it, right? Now after this, first name and last name from this particular table, which is nothing but the employee. So select first name and last name from employees, right? That is the thing. Okay, just go and put the semicolon, okay, and run it. Now here you go in the output. See, we just able to execute this particular line of query, and here we got the output first name and last name. So which means we just fetch this particular two columns. Okay, now you can see how many rows are there. Around 3,24,000 rows are there. How many rows are there, guys? 3,24,000 rows are there, right? So that's how you can access this, right? Now second thing is guys, okay, see, this is my query, this is my code, I can simply say. Okay, so here you can see the for beautifying your code, you can simply go and put this, and you can see. Okay, let me just erase this output, and you can be able to see. Okay, like initially we have this kind of code, we just wrote this code. Okay, we have written this code like this. Okay, now let me go and use this for beautifying my code. So which means that the readability of the code now increase, isn't it? Readability of my code is increased or not? Increase, definitely, right? So that's how you can use it. Okay, now let's say if I just wanted to select, okay, select all the columns from any table. Again, the let's say same table I just wanted to go ahead with, employees table, right? So what I can do is I can simply use the select. Now instead of using any column name, I can simply use the star from employees, right? And the semicolon. Let's go and run this. Now here you can see, right? Is it visible now, guys? Okay, I think now it is visible, more visible. Okay, that is the thing. So you can be able to, let me, okay, now here you can see that you can be able to use this. You can simply go and run this. Okay, now you will be able to fetch all the columns of your employees table, and that's how you can do it. Okay, see here the green tick is there, which means my code is executed, right? So that's how you can do it. Now after this, okay, you can go ahead with the any other table as well. Let's say if you wanted to go ahead with the any different table, let's say I just wanted to select, okay, the different table. Okay, the different table, not the employees table. I just wanted to select the, let's say, department tables. Okay, departments. So select star from departments. Okay, semicolon, and here you can simply go and beautify your code, and let's go and run this. And now here you can see, okay, how many departments are there. Customer service, development department, finance department, HR department, marketing, production, quality management, research, sales department is there. So you can see the multiple departments are there, right? So that's how you can go ahead and use the select statement to fetch the data, right? The two two column, three column, one column, four column, any column, right? Now guys, we'll talk about the the few topics. Okay, like the how you can use the where clause and all the different things, how you can apply the aggregation function, right? Let's go ahead. Now here you can see we saw the different things. Okay, how you can go and select the columns from the data frame, or how you can fetch the column from the different tables of the databases, right? Now let's go and see, let's say if you wanted to check, okay, like the particular information about the, let's say, uh, a, one employee. Okay, so how you can, so see here, you can see. So basically, if you wanted to download any SQL file, okay, any SQL file, open here. Okay, so you can simply see these are the first option. Okay, with this you can create the file, and this you can open the existed file. So this is my existed file is there, so I can simply open this file, right? See, this is how I can open this file. Okay, you can open the file in the My SQL workbench. Okay, now guys, let's go ahead and try to, okay, see guys, after after opening the employees data in your system, just go and click to this option. Okay, this will execute your employees data, and just go over here. After that execution, you can go over here and you can refresh the databases, or you can refresh the schemas. Okay, see, this is my schemas, you can see the name, and you can refresh the schema. You will definitely see the employees database over there, right? Okay, now after this, when you are starting, try to use this particular query, which is nothing but used employees. Okay, and then start fetching the data, right? Okay, now guys, like, let's say if I wanted to select the all the information of, let's say, one particular employee. Okay, so let's say uh, I just what I can do is I can simply run this particular this to get the name of the employee, any random name. So let's say I just wanted to uh, you know get all the information about the Mary, right? So what I can do, I can simply go over here. Okay, I can use the select star from employees, right? Now here you can see, again I am adding the one constraint over here, which is nothing but the where clause, right? This is about the where clause, and I am looking for the information of the Mary. Okay, the first name of the employee is going to be the Mary. This is the thing, right? And add the semicolon over here. Beautify our code like this, and simply run this. And now here we can see how many Mary employees are there, first name. Okay, you will see that the total 224 employees whose first name is Mary, right? So see, you got all the information about the Mary, right? So that's how you can get it. Understood, guys? This is about the where. Okay,